Stop right there. If you've been coloring your hair the same way for years, you might be accidentally adding a decade to your appearance. I'm about to reveal the 5 sneaky shades that are sabotaging your youthful glow. And number 3? Shocked me too. But here's the thing. Most stylists won't tell you this because it's their biggest moneymaker. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to Ageless Beauty, where we celebrate looking fabulous without emptying our wallets. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. We're a community of confident women who know that age is just a number, and style has no expiration date. Every week we share honest, real-world beauty tips that actually work for our stage of life. Now, before me, a quick favor. See that subscribe button? Give it a gentle tap and turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly tips. Trust me, what I'm sharing today could save you hundreds of dollars and years off your appearance. Let's get started. Here's something nobody talks about. Your hair color can either be your best friend or your worst enemy when it comes to looking fresh and vibrant. And I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do with your hair. Your crown, your choice. But what I am going to do is give you the information that the beauty industry keeps behind closed doors. Because when you know better, you do better, right? So let's uncover these 5 color culprits that might be stealing your sparkle. Color 1. Alright, color number 1 that's aging you faster than last year's calendar? Jet black. Now I know what you're thinking. Black is classic, black is chic, black goes with everything. And you're absolutely right. But here's the twist. When we hit our fabulous 60s, our skin naturally loses some of its pigmentation. We become a softer, more muted version of our younger selves. And that's beautiful. But when you put solid jet black hair next to that softer complexion, it creates what I call the harsh contrast effect. Think about it like this. Imagine wearing a winter coat in the middle of summer. It's not that the coat is bad, it's just not working with the season. Jet black hair creates such a strong line between your hair and your face that it actually highlights every fine line, every bit of redness, and draws attention to areas where our skin has become more delicate. And here's the real kicker. Jet black hair requires constant maintenance because the moment those roots start showing, the contrast becomes even more dramatic. You're stuck in this expensive cycle of touch-ups every 3 to 4 weeks. That's your money and your time. So what's the alternative? Instead of that solid black, consider a softer espresso or a rich dark brown with subtle dimension. These shades give you that depth and richness you love without creating that harsh boundary. They blend more naturally with your skin tone, and believe me, they're so much more forgiving when those roots start peeking through. Color 2. Color number 2 might surprise you because it's actually recommended by some stylists. I'm talking about Brassy, overly warm golden blonde. Now let me explain why this one's tricky. Blonde can be absolutely gorgeous at any age. But here's where it goes wrong. As our skin matures, many of us develop more yellow undertones, some redness, maybe a bit of sallowness. When you put bright yellow gold tones in your hair on top of that, you're essentially doubling down on warmth. And instead of looking sun-kissed and youthful, it can make your complexion look tired, washed out, or even a bit jaundiced. I learned this the hard way, by the way. A few years back, I went for what my stylist called a warm butterscotch blonde. I thought I'd look like I'd spent the summer on the Mediterranean coast. Instead, I looked like I needed a good night's sleep and a vitamin supplement. The warmth in my hair was competing with the warmth in my skin, and neither was winning. Plus, and this is important, maintaining that bright golden blonde means dealing with brassiness. You know what I'm talking about. That orangey, yellowish tint that creeps in between salon visits. You end up buying purple shampoos, toners, and going back for glosses. It becomes this whole expensive ordeal. The better choice? If you love blonde, go for cooler, ashier tones or a champagne blonde with some subtle lowlights. These shades are sophisticated, they brighten your face without overwhelming it, and they're much easier to maintain. They work with your skin's natural tones instead of fighting against them. And that natural harmony? That's what creates a youthful, fresh appearance. Now, before we get to number 3, which honestly blew my mind when I discovered it, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your current hair color? Are you happy with it? Or are you thinking about making a change? And if you're finding this information helpful, show some love by hitting that like button. It helps other fabulous women find this video too. Plus, we're building something special here at Ageless Beauty. A community where we lift each other up and share real talk about looking and feeling our best. Okay, let's get to that shocking number 3. Color 3. Color number 3 is the one that surprises everyone. Single tone flat color. Any color. Whether it's brown, blonde, red, or anything in between, if it's one solid shade from root to tip, it's adding years to your look. Now why is this? Let me paint you a picture. When you look at a young person's hair in natural sunlight, what do you see? Dimension, right? You see lighter pieces, darker pieces, subtle variations that catch the light. Hair naturally has depth and movement. But when you apply one flat color all over, you remove all of that natural dimension. Your hair ends up looking heavy, flat, and honestly a bit lifeless. It's like looking at a painting with only one color versus a painting with different shades and tones. One has depth and interest, the other falls flat. And here's something else. Flat color actually emphasizes thinning hair. If you're experiencing any hair thinning, which let's be honest, most of us are to some degree, that single tone color makes it more noticeable because there's no depth to create the illusion of fullness. I see this mistake constantly, and it breaks my heart because the fix is so simple. You don't need a dramatic transformation. Just ask your colorist for some subtle lowlights or highlights. Even just a few shades lighter around your face, or some deeper tones underneath creates that natural dimension. It makes your hair look fuller, more vibrant, and so much more youthful. And the best part? Dimensional color grows out way more gracefully than solid color, which means fewer salon visits and more money in your pocket for the things you actually enjoy. Color 4. Moving on to color number 4, and this one hits close to home for a lot of us. Overly dark brown that's too heavy for your current skin tone. This is different from jet black, but it has a similar problem. Many of us have been some version of brunette our whole lives. It's comfortable, it's familiar, and we think, why change what works? But here's the reality. The rich, deep chocolate brown that looked amazing on you at 30 might be dragging you down at 60. As we age, our features naturally soften. Our hair gets a bit finer, our skin becomes more delicate, even our eyes might appear a bit lighter than they used to. When you keep that heavy dark brown, you're creating a weight that your features now have to carry. Instead of framing your face beautifully, it's overwhelming it. Think of it like wearing clothes. You wouldn't wear the exact same style at 60 that you wore at 30, right? You evolve, you adapt, you find what works for this chapter of your life. Hair color is exactly the same. What worked then needs to evolve now. The solution isn't to go drastically lighter. It's about lifting that brown just a few shades to something softer. Think milk chocolate instead of dark chocolate. Or add some caramel ribbons through it. These adjustments make your hair color feel lighter and brighter without losing the richness you love. Your features can breathe, your eyes pop, and you look like the vibrant, energetic woman you are. Color 5. And finally, color number 5. The well-meaning but ultimately aging shade of cool-toned purple or blue-based colors. Now, I know why women choose these. We're trying to combat yellowing in gray or white hair, or we want to avoid any warmth. I get it. But here's the problem. These ashy violet or steely tones can make your skin look gray, lifeless, and frankly older. Cool purple tones are particularly tricky because they can emphasize any blue or purple tones in under-eye circles, veins, or age spots. Instead of brightening your complexion, they're actually highlighting the things you'd rather downplay. And that silvery blue hair that looks edgy and fashion-forward on a 25-year-old can read as harsh and severe on more mature skin. Plus, let's talk about the maintenance nightmare. These colors fade quickly and often unevenly. You might start with a pretty lavender and end up with patchy gray-purple within weeks. That means more salon visits, more money, and more damage to your hair from constant processing. If you're going gray or white and want to enhance it, instead of these cool purples, consider a warm champagne tone or a creamy vanilla blonde. These shades are just as sophisticated, but they work with your skin's undertones to create warmth and radiance. They make you look healthy, glowing, and yes, younger. And if you're keeping some color, make sure it has warmth to it. Warmth equals life, vibrancy, and youth. So there you have it. The 5 hair colors that might be secretly aging you. Jet black, brassy golden blonde, flat single-tone color, overly dark brown, and those cool purple-based shades. But remember, this isn't about rules or restrictions. It's about giving you the knowledge to make the best choices for you. Here's my bonus tip before we wrap up. Whatever color you choose, always Always consider your skin's undertones. If you have warm undertones, lean into warm hair colors. If you have cool undertones, choose cooler shades but keep them soft, not harsh. And when in doubt, add dimension. Highlights, lowlights, baby lights, whatever creates that natural depth will always be your friend. The goal isn't to chase youth. It's to look like the most vibrant, radiant version of yourself right now. And the right hair color? It's like the perfect lighting. It makes everything look better. Now, I want to hear from you, beautiful. Which of these 5 colors were you surprised to see on this list? Are you thinking about making a change? Or are you perfectly happy with what you've got? Share in the comments because I read every single one, and I love learning from this community. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to Ageless Beauty. We've got so much more coming your way. Tips on makeup, fashion, skincare, all designed specifically for us fabulous women who know that life gets better with age. Remember, you're not getting older, you're getting bolder. And your hair should reflect that confidence. Until next time, stay beautiful, stay confident, and keep shining.